So here's the lower cabinet, and of course the power. I showed you the fuse box down there earlier and stuff. And then we're right here at the front door, but if we turn around, there's the kitchen and there's the couch. There's a fire extinguisher there. And on the couch side, the carpet, that's really the only carpet is right here in this couch slide here is the carpet. And there's like a subwoofer back there behind the couch and some outlets. And we put up sunlight blocking curtains on all three of these windows because it will heat up like crazy when the sun's on that side of the rig. And we put in a new couch because the couch that came with it was pretty much garbage. So we put in this new recliner thing when we in the first few months that we had it, first 6 months that we had it. So it's a recliner couch and zero clearance, they say. So you only need like 3 or 4 inches between like the windows right there, but you only need like 3 or 4 inches between the back of the couch and the thing. So when it reclines, you're not coming way out into the middle of the floor and stuff. So both sides are a recliner there, and it's kind of a gray with some black on the highlights and stuff, and light colored stitching, and the color's gray. But anyway, you got the light blocking curtains, and then you got the blinds that came with the rig there. Oh, the one of these in the bedroom doesn't stay up very well. I forgot to say that when we were in the bedroom. But there's that there, and we're just trying to keep some of the heat and the light out of here right now because we're getting ready to put it in storage. I don't want it to be super duper hot in here. But and that window over there on that side of the couch has always been a pain to put up and down and stuff. So just so you know, that window is annoying. Sometimes it'll fall down when you after you lift it up, and sometimes it'll just fall for no reason. So who knows? I don't know. There's lights up above the couch. There's the valance and stuff. And like I said, the only carpet in here is this here. And we did have a dog, so there will be some dog hair on there, I'm sure. I mean, we've had it all vacuumed and cleaned and stuff, but I'm sure there's still going to be dog hair around because there is. Our dog is a yellow lab, and she sheds like a maniac. So anyway, that's that side. And then over here, if we came in the front door, here's your panel for the power system and stuff. And so like your solar and you can see like shore power coming in right now is only 70 watts, but we're not only using 2 watts here, and just all the little things there. And I wrote these little notes here. When we're on the generator, put the current limit to 28 amps. So I'll show you here on the menu. You go to the multi plus 2 and you go to input current limit, and you change this, touch that, and then you go minus, and you put it on 28. And then when you're plugged into shore power and you have 50 amps of service, I put it on 48, and then I check mark is just okay, enter or whatever. So when you're on the generator, you want it to be the current limit to only be 28 amps, and when you're on a 30 amp service, you only want the current limit to be 28 amps. And if it's not plugged into 110, I want to put the refrigerator on propane because the refrigerator uses a lot of power if we're trying to just work off of the battery and stuff. So, and then you just go back to the main screen here. You can kind of see what's going on. And then this is your thermostat for the furnace and the air conditioner down here. There's an air conditioner up there. There's 2 air conditioners in here, and it's actually prepped for a third one back in the garage, but we didn't ever put one in. And this is your thermostat. But when you put the heat on, you want to make sure the propane is on because the furnace is propane. And so I like, when it's going to be cold out in the evening at night or whatever, I like to turn the heat on so it'll kick on when it gets to be about 50 or 55 or something like that in here, because what it does is it's actually ducted so that the underbelly gets heat. So when you have the furnace on, when you just use the fireplace for heat, that's just electric and that's fine. And it does warm things up in here, but it doesn't actually heat the underbelly. And so if it's going to be close to freezing outside, I want to make sure the underbelly is heated so I don't have to worry about frozen pipes or anything like that. So we do use the fireplace a lot when it's not so cold it's going to be close to freezing at night or whatever. But anyway, when we use the furnace, itself, it's a propane furnace, so I want to make sure that I remind myself, if I got heat on, do I have the propane on? So that's what that little note is right there. And this has a little dish drainer thing that just rolls up and gets out of the way. It doesn't have to be there, but and big one single bay deep sink, and the sprayer handle comes out, and your cold water is towards the outside door, and your hot water, I don't have the water on right now, but hot water is towards the stove. So when you do this, you know, you just know that that one is cold is towards the outside and hot is towards the stove. Big deep sink here, nice counter space to work on. I don't like an RV that doesn't have any kind of counter space to work on, so this one is great. We have these two eye hooks here that I had a Berkey water filter sitting here, and I had it chained. The chain went around it for the lower reservoir and for the upper reservoir. So I had these two chains here, and they went around the Berkey, which sat right here. So that was really handy and good. We also had this extra counter put in, so we would have a little bit more counter working space there. You can see it just is a little hinged thing down underneath there, and it's cut off here so you can actually scooch through. Ta-da! You can scooch through back here to the kitchen, but if it was squared off, you wouldn't be able to. So how about that? That was one of the RV guys did that, so that was nice. And in the kitchen, you have tons and tons of storage. There's lights that come on up there if you want them to, but you got 3 big storage here, which, you know, good for dishes and whatever stuff. And underneath here, you have very minimal storage space. It's deep, but it's only this because back here is the hot water heater. So you got that there, and then you got 3 drawers here. That's the dish for the microwave, the rotating plate, but I wanted it to be protected and not get broken while we're driving down the road. There's 3 good-sized drawers here, and there's a big drawer for pots and pans underneath the stove. You can see, like, look how deep that is. It's really good size. And we have never used the oven or the gas stove top here. We've never used it. It looks like the cleaners left. I had somebody come in and clean it, and look, they left residue all over everything. I'm gonna have to wipe that down. But anyway, we have never used the stove top except for to check and see if the propane was on, because being blind, we don't want open flame, so we always just used an induction cooktop here. We're just a little electric burner that we plugged in and used there. But man, look at how they got that white residue all over everything, didn't they? Microwave up above, and the microwave rotating plate goes in there too, but it's in the drawer over there. You got your light and your fan there, and you can open the fan vent on the outside there or latch it down so it doesn't blow in the wind or whatever. You got an outlet there. And here on your, what we call the coffee bar, because this is where we would make our coffee, we put a little light here so we could see better. And then underneath there is the light switch for the up above lights there, and there's a USB outlet and a regular outlet. And then this is a magnetic strip where we would just stick our knives and spoons and stuff for our coffee and things like that. So that's there. And like I said, we never used the stove for cooking, except for we would just put the electric induction cooktop, just sit it right there and stuff. So there's that. And underneath the kitchen sink, again, another really big cavernous space. We've had some little shelfy things in there to make it more organized and better and easy to use. This is the refrigerator, huge, really, really big for an RV fridge, and freezer, 2 different sides to the freezer. It's all controlled by one control over here, but we put this little strap on there to make sure when we're traveling down the road that they don't pop open. So that just holds that closed. And this is all in a slide here, so you can see lots of storage in there. But when that slide comes in, it comes in all the way to the edge of this counter here. So you can still access this if the couch slide is open. You can still access this door right here, and you can access these. But these aren't going to pop open because you got the counter in the way and stuff. So we just have the latch on the top one there. And there's storage up above. I don't know if you can see up there. And then there's storage up above there. I'm not tall enough to reach without a stool. And then this is the pantry, which is really, really nice, huge. It's not super deep. It's what, about 8 or 10 inches deep, but lots of storage there. And if you're not level, sometimes the deadbolt type latch works and sometimes it doesn't. So we put these other 2 little latches on just to hold it closed when we're driving down the road, because when this slide is in and this door is here, if it pops open, it's going to get caught behind this slide, and then when you go to open the slide, it's going to break this off of its hinges, so we don't want that. Another big storage up there. So lots and lots and lots of storage in here. And of course you can see there's sink, kitchen, that whole thing is a slide right there. So, and then in the living room, behind this little angled area here is the back bathroom, which I'll show you here in a minute, but that's why this is kind of angled out here. You got your fireplace, which the issue with the fireplace, it works great. It just, the timer on it, if you set it to, no, the timer works fine. It's the temperature. If you set it to like come on and stay on until it's like 72 degrees or something like that, it doesn't. It just keeps running and running and running, running. And so what I do is I turn it on to a timer, like for 1 hour or 2 hours or however many, 4 hours, whatever it is. I just turn it on to the timer, however long I want it to go, and then it will automatically shut off. Or I'll just turn it on and leave it on until I'm ready to shut it off. But the temperature part of it has not worked since the day we got it, and we just live with it because we just do. And there's a carbon monoxide detector down there, and this is the stereo system that is installed with the Rockford Fosgate system, and there's speakers around and stuff like that. You can see up in the ceiling. And then we put in this charging station. There's the cord that goes here. And then we built this little charging station with all these little shelves on it so we could put our different things that we need to charge. And then we would dangle the cords back behind there and plug them into this power bar here, and then the power bar would be plugged into this outlet down here. But anyway, put this charging station in. TV has worked great ever since we got it. We've had no issues with the TV. And then you have these big, you got a little bit of shelf storage right here, but then you got these big 4 big doors. They're not deep. It's only, again, maybe 8 or 10 inches deep, but you got 4 of these there. So that's really, really handy. And then up above, you have loft storage above. This is the garage, the door that goes back into the garage. You can see we've got everything stored for our next RV and stuff. But this was designed to be a bed, a loft bed. And we don't have the ladder for it anymore. The ladder was a piece of junk basically, so we just have to use a step stool or a ladder or something like that to get up there. But the one that came with it is gone. It's not here anymore. But anyway, we put those 2 crossbars on because we would just put storage up there. We put some winter clothes and jackets and sleeping bags and some emergency dehydrated food and stuff like that. We never had to use it, but we put it up there so that we could store it. But it's actually the length of the bed, and it goes from here all the way down. And when you come into the garage, you can see this is the bed right there, and the entryway is there. But then we built a door on this side so we could access it from this side. So instead of only having one entry spot over here, we built this door. We cut out a panel and put this door in there to be able to access from both sides and stuff. So we're in the garage here now, but so that's been really good for extra storage of things, like I said, like some winter jackets and boots, and we didn't end up needing them, but we had them for just in case, and dehydrated emergency food and stuff like that. So then we go into the garage here, and this slide comes in, so this doorway is closed off here, and that doorway is accessible, and then this outside door is accessible. So when the slides are in, the kitchen slide and the couch slide are both in, you can access the stairs, the bathroom, the bedroom on that end, and you can access the garage on this end from this door here. But all this is pretty much inaccessible while you're traveling down the road and the slides are in. But you know, we put out one of the slides and then you can come in and, you know, do a little bit of something. So anyway, this is your garage. It's got the garage type floor and a lot of D-rings to be able to strap down your motorcycle or whatever it is that you have in here in your garage, because this is a toy hauler. Right as you come in the door is a lot of the control panel, and there's two awnings. One is the side awning that is over this outside door here, and then one is over that back deck there. So you can retract, you can extend. When you extend this side one here, you have to be really careful of this door, because if you have this door open all the way, see, the awning is there, and it'll bang into the door, and then you'll be like, what's going on out there? And so that's, I put watch the door here because I wanted to be careful of that, because I've gotten it caught. I actually got it caught one time bringing the awning in. The door was open all the way, and then when I brought the awning in, the arms kind of caught the door there and stuff. So anyway, so watch the door. And you got scare lights, porch lights, ceiling light, which is what's on right now. Auxiliary light, bed up and bed down. I'll show you that here in a second. And then the max air fan. There's a fan up there above the bunks and stuff. So this is the controls for that. And you got an outlet, and you could have washer dryer hookups here if you want to. We didn't have that, so I don't know how that all works. I'm sure it works fine, but we didn't do that. We had a shelf unit here. You can see the little brackets that we had the shelf attached to the wall there and there and there. Right next to this is the back bathroom, and of course on the other side of this wall is like the TV entertainment center and stuff like that, and the pantry back there and stuff. So we put in some extra shelves for some extra storage of things like toilet paper and paper towels and stuff. There is a fan back here in this back bathroom here too. You can see max air fan. There's the controls for that one. And shelves and your vanity and mirror above the vanity and a little window here. And toilet, we put the slow close lid on this one also, so that it's gonna not slam closed and stuff, and a little bit of storage underneath there for your toilet tank treatment and stuff like that. We put in, on both vanities, we put in a much nicer faucet, I'll tell you, because these came with a little shallow faucet that was stuck out about this high, maybe an inch or two above the edge here, and it was, the length of it, the faucet hole was just like right here. So like to get your hands washed, you had to kind of like try to crawl up underneath there with your fingers to try and get it. So we put in this gooseneck one in the front bathroom and this back bathroom just to be able to use it with some kind of a normal usage and stuff. So anyway, that's the back bathroom, and we didn't use it as a bathroom. We did store some toilet paper and stuff like that up there, Kleenex and stuff. But anyway, that's the back bathroom. That's the door into the living room. And then this is one of your windows in the garage. You got another one there, and you got another one over there. And of course the back door. And this door you can shut from the, we put a door stop on it to keep it from swinging closed when you didn't want it to. But you can see that closes it off. If you want to put a curtain there for privacy, if somebody's back here on the bunks or whatever, staying back here, you can put a curtain on there because you can see right straight into the living room and stuff. We had a little bit of storage there back behind the door because you can see we got about 6 inches or so behind the door. And this is those vents for the to let the air just go pass through, come in one side and go out the other. The other one's down on the bottom behind that. But anyway, for if you had something with fuel in it back here and you didn't want all those fumes back here. And this is the back door, and you know, you open and close it with this here, but if you want to have one open and not the other, open that, push that, release that, close that, do that, ta-da, like that. Another fire extinguisher, back door, outlet, window. And then we have, there's the back doors which go to the patio, but we have all of our stuff stored here for the next RV. So you go, did I show you the D-rings in the floor to hold your motorcycle or ATV or whatever, just to strap it down and stuff. And then there's these holes in the floor back here, and that is for the posts for the table, because what happens is you got these two bunks up here. You can see one of them has this popcorn tablecloth on it to keep a little bit of the dust off and stuff. And then the other one up above it there with the wooden boards around it. I'll tell you about that here in a second. But, oh, and we also, this is the, you could put a TV up there. Some people do. We didn't. And then we cut a hole into the, like I showed you before, to be able to access that storage up there in the loft and stuff. And you got your AC vents and your speakers and lights and stuff like that up there. But the beds are on a rail system, and I had these stop pins installed basically so that there have been stories of people where the bunk slid or fell down or whatever, and so I wanted there to be something to stop them from falling and killing us or whatever. So we put these stop pins in. I put these little towels on them just to be a flag to remind me that they're there, so I don't try to bring the bunks down without removing the stop pins. But see, I put a little note there, remove stop pins. And so this lower bunk here, it comes down and it becomes a bench. You can see it's hinged and all that stuff, so it actually becomes two benches. One bench that sits here, one bench that sits here, and then you can have dinner, you can have play cards, you can do whatever you want, you can, you know, color or whatever. But there's a table that goes here, and there's 3 holes, I think, in the floor here where the posts go, and then the tabletop is there. And the table is actually stored up in that upper bunk up there, but there is a table that goes between these two if you use them as bench seats and stuff. So those are there for that, but we didn't really use it for that. We used it more as a bunk and had sheets and a blanket on it and stuff like that. Then the upper bunk up there, it had a mattress on it and stuff, but we got rid of it. And I mean, it came with a really, really thin garbage mattress, really, and so we got rid of it, and we used that bunk up there for storage, again, like duffel bags and just lightweight stuff, jackets and things like that. But we put these boards around the 4 edges there so that we would be able, they're hinged so they will lay flat. If you want them to, they'll just lay flat down, but they hold stuff up in there so that it won't come sliding out. If I put something up there, it wouldn't come sliding out. So those could actually be removed if you wanted to use it as a bunk for somebody. And there's some foam pads up there and stuff like that too. So anyway, this is the RV, and the back opens up to be a patio or a ramp to bring your toys in and stuff. You can see over in the corner there's a cable that goes down to this wall when it goes down as a ramp and stuff. And then these can be either screen doors or glass. The glass is down right now because of traveling and stuff. You want the glass to be down while you're traveling, not up, because if it happens to fall while you're traveling, then it breaks, and that would be not so good and stuff. So, but anyway, this screen door, you can go in and out and use it as a patio, or of course you can put the ramp down and use it as a ramp to bring in your motorcycle or ATV or whatever kind of toys you have and stuff. So anyway, really, really functional, handy. We're gonna downsize into something a little bit smaller, but this has been really, really, we've loved living in this for the last 3.5-ish years or whatever. So anyway, we like it. It's good stuff, and hopefully you'll love it too.